Yo, yo. This is Forrest Destiny speaking. I'm going to be speaking to you on a little bit about, some stuff going on in our world that I think everyone should acknowledge. It's pretty common core stuff. Do you ever just wonder, you just get off of work, it's been a hard day, it's time to relax. Everybody's in their own little bubble, right? But as a human, should we be in that bubble? Should we create a bubble for us to just be inside for the rest of our lives? Is this stuff that you would want to do for another human, to just be stuck in a bubble? But, as I can say it, the government makes us be stuck in this bubble. Really, it boils down to yourself. You have nothing to blame but yourself. But for anything else, we as humans have really evolved into a lot of evilness. We have just been killing everything. Just our skies with chemical trails, our animals from deforest, to plant more palm tree oil trees. We've devastated the oceans with trash. Our lands are polluted. For Pete's sake, people, we still drive an automobile ran off of oil. We should be driving jets and, little cars and stuff, and if it wasn't for the government, people like Stanley Myers would be alive. Stanley Myers generated the water power car, and the CIA opted him out. Just like we did to Gaddafi, Saddam Hussein, so on and so forth. But today I want to talk about Putin. I want to talk about how smart this cat is. How well he plays the chess game. And how well he's going to devastate America. It's not that I want any country to get devastated. I love everybody. I love Earth. I just love freedom. And in America, we don't have freedom. You can say whatever you want to say. We ain't got freedom. What we got is a revolution of laws and people controlling the next person in their bubble. And that's all you have is people in just bubbles in America. They don't ever have any open-minded. They don't even think for themselves anymore. You guys turn on the TV and let everything control you. You know exactly where to go go eat. You go watch Taco Bell, you eat Burger King, wherever. You go to these places every single day during lunch for school, after hours when you go to bars. It's just a common core practice of nothing but these corporations running your lives. What about the small people? Why not go eat a little freshly homemade bakery? Or a little person on the corner, cooking up some fajitas, or whatever the case might be. But I want to talk about Putin and his technology and basically his war scheme that I think of how he's going to take over the world. Let's talk about him winning the countries. This dude has went above and beyond to get China on his side. He has Turkey on his side. He has Iraq on his side. Now he has Syria on his side. He has India on his side. He has now the Philippines on his side. And with all this commotion going on with these elections and WikiLeaks and Edward Snowden bringing out, all the truthful files of how corrupt and evil the American government is. How much the American government has destroyed families, countries, continents, of earth and forests and everything. They don't care. All they care about is money, pharmaceutical, drugs. And they get nothing for their time. because they're the elites. They do what they want. They're the bankers. They control every single person that works for them, including you government people that are the worst on this planet. Because without any government people working behind a government, there would be no government. And without government, there would be total freedom, and I don't care what you say. Spain has no government right now. There's no riots becoming, no uproar or anything. Portugal has legalized all the drugs that you can do in the world. You can do whatever you want there. And their crime rate has went down 50%. We're embedded in these little bubbles to make us think that this is how it is and this is the way it's only going to be and this and that. No, like America has no freedom. You know, we go outside and you take a piss outside and you can get in trouble for indecent exposure. Then you get a ticket when you go to court. Then now you're classified as a child predator because you're as the same thing as a child or a sex offender. Is that fair for the same person gets qualified as a sex offender for taking a damn piss outside or somebody raping a little girl or boy? Come on now. Common sense here, people. It's all about control. The American government has got so many people in an uproar of control. And that's why Edward Snowden has brought up us attention. And now he's on Russia's side, which is a very, very powerful aspect because Edward has worked with the CIA, NSA. He's the most hackable person on the planet, especially through government programs and stuff. The man's a genius. Okay? Putin has now got him on his side. Putin's got the most powerful, world-leading country right now on his side, China, which has more millionaires than anybody else, has more business opportunities than anybody else. China is a very, very good country. Yes, they have some pretty weird laws there too as well. But I think that they're overcoming and doing the best that they can, you know, for how many people they got and their resources and everything else. But besides that, we, or us as an American, has no right to go and destroy things just because other people are trying to help people out. You know what I'm saying? You know, that'll be a whole nother matter. Anyways, back to Putin. He's winning these countries. He's smart. He's doing everything. China is very, very smart. China is depleting our money system. Without any money, you can't have nothing. You can't have no government. I mean, common sense here, people. No one's not going to work for free as a slave in America to build a military ship or something. They need money. If there's no money system in America, which China has nearly bought every precious metal to mankind, you know, we have lost tons and tons, millions of tons of gold that was stored up under the Twin Towers that you people probably didn't know about. You know, that just vanished. Gold doesn't vanish. You can melt it all you want. It will still be there. Alright, also about Putin, he's like a chess player. This dude is like good, man. Right now he's moving all of his ships to Syria. He's got a full naval battleship. His full naval battleships have left Russia and heading towards Syria. Now the only thing is Putin trying to just defeat Europe and then move on? But let's talk about his technology. He has weapons. He has warheads that will shoot across, and then once that rocket releases its other nuclear warhead rockets inside, it releases 5 of them at a time. Okay, that have the same capacity of like basically the atomic bomb. All right. When this missile is shot halfway around the Earth, it can be shot and landed in a direct spot in less than 18 minutes. He says he can destroy New York City in less than 8 minutes. You know how powerful that is? I mean, do people really understand the awakening of a true war? We haven't had a true war in over 40 years. You look at our history. The history repeats itself, people. Always has, always will. Every great nation will fall. Always has, always will. Until we can live in peace and harmony and have no governments. Total freedom, people. That's what I believe in. But regardless, Putin has the technology. He's now sending these same nuclear warheads to China and even India now, so that they can help defeat the war that's fixing to come. Their last major war was World War II. Vietnam, yes, there was people that died. There was people that died in the killing fields that America had nothing to do with because there was no money involved. You know, there's other, the Jews was getting killed for 10, 12 years before anybody really stepped up. Russia is the one that won World War II. And Russia's fought for nearly almost 20 years trying to defeat the German Nazis and stuff. That says another thing about Russia. Russia is very powerful. Russia has a lot of morals and values that they will do to keep their sacred grounds and to keep their sacred morals and stuff. America's lost all this. America has so divided that we hate our next door neighbor. We hate our own family members. We are suing our own kids. Our kids are suing our own parents. It's pathetic, America. It really, really, really is. And Putin knows this. And Putin's tired of it. Putin is tired of the USA bullying other countries, going to other countries, blowing people up for no reason whatsoever, just so we can get more money. More money. More money, 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 money. It's disgusting. Let's talk about how China and Russia have, in the past couple years, but just recently has shot up rockets into space for their NASA programs over there. And I believe that there's something a little bit more going on with that. They have reports that they have missiles that can shoot down onto the land, such as American soil. And China has rockets that can shoot up into space and knock out satellite systems. So if I was to guess, Putin's match would be if he was going to shoot missiles down, plus shoot missiles across from continent to continent, plus shoot and destroy satellites. America is all based off of technology as far as our GPS systems, our satellite systems, our drone systems, and everything else. Russia has the first technology thing to amplify a electronic pulse that will destroy anything in its way, such as an airplane flying over. And it's been tested, and it's going to highly be tested in World War III. That's soon to come. The elections are coming up. Putin has forewarned its citizens to move everybody back to its motherland of Russia. Russia has forewarned people to move back to China because World War III is underway. I think whether Trump gets in office or Hillary, which we all know it's rigged already. I mean, anybody with common sense knows this. It's been rigged ever since Reagan. I would say it's been rigged ever since JFK. But regardless, we got China and Russia with the most powerful, highest technology available for them to defeat who they need to. Okay? China has more people on their planet than Russia and America combined. So China is already more powerful that way. We also got where they've been stationing all their people, all their military, and where they're stationed all their these missiles that can be shot across continent to continent. These missiles are now in China, probably soon to be in the Philippines. They're in India. They're at the North Pole. They're in Poland. And if Russia could defeat the European side, basically America don't really have nothing to stand on, because where's all of our soldiers at? Almost 85% of them are cross seas. Okay? We got these countries that are already loving Putin. They're graceful that he came and saved them from ISIS, which was created by the American public or the American government, or both, because either way, if you're an American and you work for the government, well, you're pretty much, in the shankles of the evil people too. When November 8th hits too, we got Putin has already said that if Hillary gets in, he's going to bomb America. So if the system is rigged and he is going to bomb America, I really suggest anybody that's in Florida needs to get out, for one thing, because Florida's a one-way street. That's horrible. Second thing is I would avoid any mountains that might blow up, because of another reason. There's a planet X coming towards, which is a big meteor. You can look that up too, people. It's coming. You got, and plus all the nuclear warheads, there'd be so much devastation that it could trickle down into more earthquakes. So I would stay away from the fault line in California and stuff. I would stay away from Yellowstone. And I would stay away from any other volcanoes or mountains that are going to erupt anytime. But I would go up into the mountains. And now is this United Nations, are they all together? Is this all one big scheme for us to do world population control? Or is it true that just Putin's just tired of America bullying everybody and they want peace throughout the world? Is it true? I wouldn't say that would be the case, that Putin just wants power, because if China and Putin's on each other's side, they would already be fighting. Is there other cases like Putin is talking about that, the American public needs to know about the extraterrestrials, and anybody in their common sense mind, come on, people, we're a universe, we're a star, okay? Each individual person is its own star, to be a matter of fact to you. But you think looking up at the stars, we're the only people around? Come on, people. Don't be so stupid. No, there's other beings around. Why do you think America sprays so many chemical trails in the sky? Not to just poison people, to poison our air, poison our oceans. We see millions and millions of fish being washed up on shore. Because anything that is up in the air is eventually going to fall down. And let alone, we're spraying a chemical because extraterrestrials have a really strong sense of frequencies, smells, and stuff like that, and they can't go near nothing like that. But if you want to look up some more reports on all the stuff that other countries have seen, these spaceships and UFOs and this, sightings and that and whatever else. You can even look up in 1993, I think, in Puerto Rico, is the aliens started visiting some people, and they were telling us about this Planet X, Nibiru, that was heading towards Earth. And it's supposed to hit right around Puerto Rico, Florida area, Cuba, somewhere around there, give or take. You can read about Nostradamus, how he talks about stuff. I'll give you a little clue that he talks about that the bear and the tiger are going to defeat the eagle. You can do your own research on that, look that up, and give you a little bit of homework to do. But also, I think, just Putin is not playing around. Yeah, I mean, he's already setting grounds. He's already defeating ISIS. He's already doing what he needs to do. Now, another thing that we as people need to worry about in America would be the UN. There is over 50,000 reports of armed UN military vehicles. They're stationed throughout Jacksonville Air Force Base, or stationed in Texas. They've had reports on trail yards in Texas and Ohio and Virginia. We could talk about all these FEMA camps and stuff. I used to know a guy that used to weld these FEMA coffins, and they can fit up to 50 people, and he would get paid $300 per coffin. That took him about 4 hours to do. But that's the government at work paying its people. But the government hasn't put all this into place. Hasn't put all these vehicles on the grounds throughout America. They haven't built these so-called conspiracy theorist FEMA camps that have been reported. You know, it's amazing how much people reported stuff to the Jews and how stupid they were to still listen. And look at what happened. America, you're heading down the same road. If Hillary gets in, she's going to take your guns. If you don't give up your guns, UN's going to be there. And then if UN doesn't get you, then Russia's going to be bombing you guys. So, is it world population control? Is it Putin trying to solve globalism as far as Americans killing people for no reason? Killing people for resources? Killing people for the pleasure anymore? For control? I mean, these bankers, I mean, it's sickening, like how you guys even support the banks that even got bailed out. Wells Fargo, Bank of America. It's just stupid. You're going to complain about us paying so much in taxes, but yet you're going to sit there and support the same tax scheme that they destroyed our country. And who got the money? CEOs, presidents of the companies, the treasuries of the companies got $1 million bonuses. Did anyone else get that? Did the public get any money? No. It's all part of the system, man. It's all about money. The bankers are controlling the elites. The elites control the bankers. The bankers control the pharmaceutical and insurance companies. And pharmaceutical and insurance companies have been an epidemic throughout the world to control people. It's time to rise up and stand for true freedom, people. True freedom. We got one life to live, and look at how we're living our lives for our kids, for our grandparents that, you know, have went through all the trials and tribulations. What are we doing? I mean, we as a society are just helping the governments destroy our earth that we breathe, that we eat from. Hello? Our bees are endangered. Do you know what that means, people? Our bees pollinate everything. Pollination is the sex between produce to flower and produce a chemical bond for a plant to have its fruit and its initials to survive. We're killing our air. We're poisoning our waters. I mean, you see whales beaching themselves because there's too much oil and they can't breathe no more. If we have whales that are thousands of miles away from our countries and they're beaching themselves because there's oil in the water, hello, that means that our water is polluted thousands of miles away from our beaches. And where does all the water go to? It's flowing towards the beach, right? I mean, the ocean's just one big septic, tank is all it really is. And Earth is pretty much getting disgusted with the evilness of how human beings have just destroyed it. I mean, in such a fast time frame, too. I mean, we sit here and Ever since oil has been created, we have just devastated. Yes, our economies have boosted, and we have high sky-rise buildings now and high technology equipment. But just imagine if the government didn't step foot on all these people like Stanley Myers, all these people that create viruses to kill AIDS, to stop, they create cures to stop cancer. What are these people? They end up dead just like Hillary's been killing all these other people. Evil, pure evilness. And everybody that works for the government is in on the sheen. Stop working for the government. If the government don't have pawns, the government ain't shit. End of story.